What is it that drives you in your work? And also maybe what's your next goal you're reaching for?
Now it's kind of scary. It's weird. Like you have to, when you accomplish a goal, you have to reevaluate what success is because, and it's funny. Obviously, everybody wants to be PRCA photographer of the year, but I've had some interesting conversations with like people who have been really successful and done it multiple years in a row, and like my buddy Sage Kimsey, or people in various things. Like my buddy Steve Torrance, who's a drag racer and won championship 4 times in a row. I'm like, how did you prepare yourself? How did you? What was the next thing you did? How did you get that second one, that second world championship, and and um, I've had some really interesting conversation because when you achieve a goal, you a lot more often than not you're the same person the next day. And what's the new driving force, or what's the momentum? And but I think for me creatively, it's always been to get better, and to capture the images that feel like they're my images. I think when you have an artistic formal background, we're always striving to do find our own creative style, look, vision, and it changes obviously over the years. But um, you always like my buddy Scott Slusher. When Scott takes a picture, you can tell it's Scott Slusher's picture, right? And and day in day out, and I love that about him. I love it about his work, and he's always creative, and he inspires me. And so, like, I always try to do that with my work. Like, what is the next? And then sometimes it's gear. Sometimes you'll switch gear. And like last year, I got a 28-1.4, and I took a picture with it, like sight unseen, like a used lens. Bought it, and I was like, that's what I was trying to do. And it's like, okay, so then immediately I see that picture. I'm like, how can I get every other picture to look like that one? And maybe it'll take me 5 years, but and that's the hard part too. I think that I help teach a lot of young photographers or people who are doing the deals. Like it's a process, and your eye develops, and you have preferences of what you like and what you don't like, and so there's all these little things that influence that. But that's also going back to what is success. So you have to always constantly evolve that, and get better. And I'm excited for the pictures this year because I look back on the when I look at like my NFR portfolio and what I submitted for that. Like I looked at the images last year, I'm like, man, I don't know how I'm gonna beat that. And then I look at the pictures this year, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna beat that. And then so I'm like excited for what's gonna come this year. So